Hello, my name is Helen Campbell. I'm a retiree of the European Commission and SCIC. And I'm going to talk to you now about a hamster cull in Hong Kong. And I'm going to start now. My favourite newspaper is the Financial Times, which I try to read every day. The front page is usually about financial matters, as you might expect, but also, quite often, if there is a major story of general interest, that will make the headlines. Now, back in January, mid-January of this year, 2022, on the front page was a photograph of a small animal in a carry-on bag. It was a little hamster, and it had been rescued by volunteers. The volunteers wanted to stop the owner handing over the hamster to the authorities in Hong Kong. What was behind this? What was the story? Well, a decision had just been taken by the government of Hong Kong to cull, in other words, kill, some 1,000 hamsters and other small animals, because it was feared that they might be spreading the COVID-19 virus. As well as killing the animals, the government had decided to place a quarantine over 150 pet shops, in other words, making them officially close down. Now, in Hong Kong, but almost everywhere else one can think of, people have pets, and they tend to love their pets. And so, in the case of Hong Kong, there were thousands of people with pets signing petitions, and lawyers were urging people not to hand over their four-legged friends to the state, because we can imagine what fate those animals would meet. Hong Kongers are not allowed to demonstrate on the streets, but they can act, and they did and do. There were petitions organised, and then many people tried very hard to leave Hong Kong with their pet. The trouble was that there were very few commercial flights available. The freight service was limited, and a lot of crew members were off sick. The situation is a little better now, but still not great. So the only option for pet owners was to charter a private plane at the cost of $25,700. That is per person with a pet. And there was huge demand in January. Many people wanted to fly out and to return home with their pets, including cats and dogs and rabbits as well as hamsters. But it does cost a lot of money to hire a private jet. In Hong Kong, somebody dreamt up the idea of jet pooling. And so a number of people would get together, hire the jet, and then could get out with their pets. One pet shop owner said that before the pandemic, his business was fairly even, 50-50 importing and exporting animals. But now it's around 95% of exports. It can be very expensive indeed for larger pets. They may be part of a family, and the family is very attached to their animal, and so people are naturally very worried about this movement. One company has arranged 11 private jets in the matter of 2 weeks and 7 more the week after, all for pet location. Flights are mostly to the UK, to Canada, Taiwan and Singapore. And there are more relocation flights planned for this year. I particularly loved the photograph in the paper of a beautiful pedigree German Shepherd dog sitting on a luxury seat on a private plane. The dog's name was Caviar, and the owner had been desperate to take Caviar out of the country and had waited to get on a flight, but finally decided that a private plane was the only way that such a sensitive dog could travel. Now, I do love dogs myself, and I very much hope that Caviar has now settled comfortably in wherever he is. Thank you.